You are now watching a Lucky Penny Shop product feature. Hey, it's Lucky Penny Shop, and I'm finally getting to Sands Alive. All the fun of sand without the mess. So we're going to figure out what that really means. Now, we've done the Brookstone sand, the kinetic sand, and this is kind of the last one everybody wants to see. And at some point, not in this video, probably the next video, I'm going to bring in all the sands we have and compare them all. So this one here is really just about Sands Alive. Molds easily to any shape, easily clean up, use again and again for ages 3+. This is a kit that actually comes with the tray and a roller. Here, I'll show you on the back. Well, let me show you this here. It says complete set includes all this, ultra smooth and soft texture, sand toys and molds included. That's kind of a repeat there. And there, use again and again. So there is the back. There was some instructions here. It says, before using your Sands Alive, needs to breathe. For optimal play, remove your Sands Alive from its plastic bag. Let me see if you can read along with me. Okay. Remove your Sands Alive from its plastic bag and loosen it up with your hands. Allow it to sit in the open air for several hours. When you come back to your sand, it will be I'm kind of reading ahead. It will be light and fluffy and ready for play. Note, Sands Alive is made from all natural organic materials and can vary slightly in color and texture. And here's everything that's included. You kind of see the picture there. So, of course, I need to get in the box, and it looks like an easy box to get into. So, let me just do it right here. And I will cut it off camera. And if Butch were here, he would say, careful! But he's not. Okay, there you go. So you get the roller, the molds, and a nice pound of Sands Alive. So what I'm going to do, let me get this out. Okay, so here's the molds. So I can make a nice little castle. And then here is the roller. Looks like we have to put that together. It says Sands Alive 2014. And then here it is. I can't wait to check it out. So let me cut this here. I'm just going to use regular old scissors for that. Now it doesn't look like, wait, let me see, is this resealable? No. So you're going to have to get a container to store it in after. And I'm going to play with it now and then come back in a few hours so we can see the difference. But I got to get started. I got to check it out. Let's just take a close look at it. And let me touch it. Now this is totally different than, I could tell already, any other sand I've played with. It's almost doughy in a way. Look at that. So there must be grains of sand in there. I gotta lock my camera in a little bit better there. Keep hitting it. It feels different in my hands too. It's really a neat feeling. Let's see, anything on my fingers? Nothing on my fingers. Let me just press some in a mold. Let's see if it can shape, right out of the box without having to sit. Yeah, it's very spongy right now. The kinetic sand and the sand aren't as spongy. I'm really trying to get an understanding of this here. So it didn't seem to mold really well. Let's see. It holds its shape. Holds its shape pretty good. It almost seems like it has more whatever. Well, the other ones have polymer. It almost seems like it's more polymer to sand. I'm not really sure. Let's just see. think it's going to be definitely hard to get out. Oop, not. Okay, all right. So that molded pretty good. You see, I think I'm going to get a little further away now. Now let me press it. I think the best thing for me to do now is to put some back in the bag. I'm going to take half of it, okay? Put it back in the bag, seal it up. Okay, this way I know that that has not been exposed to air. Then I'll come back in an hour or two. And look at this, it almost feels like foam, you know, like a foam that you'd find like in a pillow, like pillow foam. See it? I can't even see the grains of sand. Can you see it in there? It's like squishy. It's like dough. I guess it's more like cookie dough or something. Or bread dough, like a firmer dough, not cookie dough. Well, depends on the cookie. It doesn't move like the Sands Alive. So now we know, you know, right out of the package what it's like. So I'm going to let this sit, and I'm going to keep checking it right here. And I will come back. I'm going to set my, oh, it's starting to stick to my fingers just a little. Set my timer for a half hour. We'll come back in a half hour and check it out. All right, so it's been 15 minutes, and yeah, I had originally left it in the ball, but I right away laid it out flat because that's what they said. So probably every time just move it into a ball and see if we can determine. And then I'll do the final check, you know, at the end because I have this bag still wrapped up and sealed. And at this point, I don't see much of a difference. It, you know, it still has that doughy kind of foamy kind of unique feel to it. It's soft in your hands. It's totally different than the other two sands we have looked at. Looks like must be the sand particles are just really fine, super fine. Hard to see them, even close up. I mean, they're in there. Well, let me make a ball and see. I ended with that last time, so I might as well end it with it this time. And then what I'm doing is I just, after I stop the video, just going to lay it out again, just kind of seeing how it forms and shapes. It seems to be about the same. So we'll check back in another 15 minutes. All right, timer just went off. And let's see. Okay, it's been a half hour now, a full half hour. Haven't seen a drastic change. It really, to me, it feels the same in my hands. I don't feel a difference yet. Looks the same. Feels the same, so I guess it is the same. Yep, every 15 minutes we'll have these little short, like 30-second sessions together, and then I'll eventually spend a little more time with it and then compare it to the one that's been sealed in the bag, and we'll see if there's a difference. Let's ball it up again. It's nice. See how nice that cleans up? See if we notice anything different here, different with the ball. Not really. So let me start my timer again. Oop, my phone just went off. Okay, so we'll be back in another 15 minutes. All right, here we are, 45 minutes. And maybe it's a good time to try to mold something. I'm not sure what the change is supposed to be. It says, here, let me read it again. It says, allow it to sit in the open air for several hours. When you come back to your sand, it will be light and fluffy and ready for play. It already feels light and fluffy. So maybe what I'll do is the 15-minute intervals just aren't enough. I'm going to go the next time for a half hour. So now we've done 45 minutes. Mold's great. Let's do that. Look at it stretch. See how good it stretches? That's a good way to probably test this with the other sands, is how far will it stretch out before it breaks? I'm not sure. Yes. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'll set my timer for a full half hour. That'll bring us to, what, an hour and 15 minutes? And we'll be back. All right, so a half hour has transpired, and let's just take a look at what's going on. I mean, I think regardless of all the time, it's still cool to play with. You know, maybe it is not as spongy now. Only time will tell the changes that are going to happen going forward here. So we were at 3 batches of 15 minutes, a half hour. That puts us at an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm going to go for the full 2 hours. So another 45 minutes I will check back, then compare this to the one in the bag, and then we'll know sure after 2 hours. We'll know for sure after 2 hours. That's what I meant to say. Seems to mold fine. Let me do another shape here. I haven't done this one. All right, let's see. It does get sticky to my fingertips when I press it, but it could just be humidity, or, you know. There we go, cool. Again. That's cool. So let me mold it again into a ball, and then we'll check back. It'll be a full 2 hours the next time we check back. All right, see you in another 45 minutes. Well, here we go. It's been a full 2 hours now, and let's just check it out and see. It is sans alive, right? All right, so I'm going to set that to the side here now. And then I'm going to pull out this one. It's been sitting in the bag the whole time. And let's just see. So there is definitely a difference. Watch. When I pull the one on the left and the one on the right. The one on the left is more rubbery. Looks like it's got... Ooh, you belong over there. It doesn't break apart as easy. See that? It still has that stretchy doughiness to it. Then this one here seems to now move a little bit more, like the other sands we're familiar with. Very interesting. So now we confirm that there is a difference. Let's just do a quick stretch. See how that stretches? Then let's take this one, pack it a little bit more, and see how that stretches. Pulls apart and falls in my hand. Falls apart in my hand a little bit more. So now we can say for sure. Let's move that out now. So now we have the right consistency. And as you can see, this stuff is really fun to play with. This feels softer to me than the other sands. Now, I won't know for sure till I do a full side-by-side comparison. Not in this video. I'll do it in another video. But let me form a couple shapes here. See how everything holds up. All right, there's one. Nice castle. Let's set the castle there. And did I do this green one? Let me do this green one. All right. Now it is a little humid where I'm at, so it's sticking to me a little bit. There we go. Let's just let them sit. How about one more? Now since I used up half my sand and left it in the bag, I won't be able to do... Looks like I'm going to run out pretty quick. That's neat though when I drag my finger across it. See that? Really nice. So let me just pull one apart real quick and see. Alright, you know what, while I'm here, let me remake the green one with this stuff. Just to do one more quick test. But I'm pretty convinced now that there is a reasonable difference between the two. Okay, so here's the stuff that has been sitting longer. I mean, in the plastic bag, see that? And then here's the stuff that has been out longer. Okay? Are we all in agreement now? I think we are. Really neat stuff. Packs good. Let me smell this. Is that what I'm smelling? It does have a sort of a, not, maybe it's like a chemical. I can't think exactly what it is. Well, you know what? It kind of smells like it's a combination of sand. It is unique. I think next time, or the next video, when I show this to the other two sands, I'm going to give them all a good sniff test and see how different they smell. It's not really a chemical. I think maybe it's something I got to think about. Very neat stuff. You know, let me try pressing. I gotta stop here real quick because I didn't have my cutting tool that I've cut the other sands with. So let me stop here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get another tool. Okay, I am back. I grabbed my special cutting tool. Ooh, now interesting. Let me cut it straight down. Now, if you remember, when I've cut the other sands, the Brookstone Sand and the Kinetic, it's sliced. This kind of has some resistance, almost doesn't cut. It was a very clear, crunchy cut right through. This doesn't give you that. It has a little give to it, almost like a Play-Doh. I know it's not Play-Doh, but you know what I'm trying to say? It's kind of resistant in a way. Rubbery. Okay. Well, I hate to end it here because I'm having fun playing, but it's been a long video. I'll bring it back. I'm going to let it sit out. And then the next video you see will have this and all the other sands I could find in one video. And if you like this kind of stuff, the comparison and checking out sands, then look in the description for a playlist, or you could also just search our channel. Sands Alive. Later! If you want to find this item, click the link in the description area below the video. You can also watch more videos in this series by clicking here. Thanks for watching! And always remember, if you see a lucky penny, pick it up!